What's going on, YouTube family? Welcome back to Rebirth. It's your boy Oso the Great, aka Kendrick, coming back at you with the next installment of The Richest Man in Babylon. So, we went over a couple things already, and the rule that we're on right now is rule number 3, compound interest. Okay, but we talked about it a little bit already, so I won't really expand on it too much. So, we'll kind of move that into the next rule. But before we do that, remember, hit like, hit subscribe if you haven't already. Goal is 100 subscribers by Saturday. I'm quite confident we can do it. Just make sure you share this with your friends and family, or all your broke friends, or somebody that you know can use a little bit of help with some money, right? Check out the website below. Hit me up if you need some help. I'm here for you. That's what I do. You feel me? All right, so let's get right into it. Compound interest is the third rule. Put your money where it's going to make more money for you at a really high interest rate compared to that of banks, right? And so the money can grow on itself and grow on itself, and you get this snowball effect that is just massive, massive, massive. If you need help learning about compound interest, there are some compound interest calculators on the internet. You just Google compound interest calculator and start fiddling around with the numbers and find out what would happen if you saved $500 a month for the next 30 years at a modest 10% interest rate, right? Check that out, what it would be if you didn't put it in a place to get a compound interest, and kind of see what that number would look like versus if you did put it in a place that gave you a pretty decent amount of interest and you kept adding $500 every month, and see what that would look like. It'll blow your mind, actually. You know, you can put in a small amount of money, and when it snowballs, man, you'd be a millionaire and didn't even realize it. It's pretty incredible, actually. So check that out. Look into compound interest. So let's move that into the next rule, which is protect your money. This is rule number 4. Protect your money. Put your money someplace safe and don't gamble your money. Anything that's high risk is probably not a good idea for you to put your money. I'm no financial advisor. I'm none of that stuff, right? So, disclaimer, right? But you have to vet your investments, okay? You have to know what you're putting in your money into and make sure you understand it. Study cats like Warren Buffett and listen to the kind of things that he says about what he does with his money. He doesn't put his money anywhere in something that he doesn't understand, right? And if I was to give any advice, it'd be that. Really just based off of him, he's the world's most successful investor. So why wouldn't I listen to a guy like that? But you have to be careful with it, and you also have to be content with you losing money. As with anything in any kind of investment, there's always a risk, okay? But that risk can be managed if you take the time to research what you're putting your money in and check the history on it, okay? Now, I'm no expert in stock. So here's the kicker. You don't necessarily have to be in order to invest your money in something that's going to bring you a decent amount of interest. There's a cat that I follow. It's called the Wall Street Trapper. Shout out to the Wall Street Trapper. He don't know me at all. We've never met, but I follow his platform. I've been following him for a while. This guy, just by watching his videos, I learned how to research ETFs, and then that's what I put my money into. I put my money into something that I understand and that I'm familiar with. I found the right ETF for me. I researched it the way he taught me to do it, and I put my money in there, and then I just sit back and I watch it grow. I add to that every paycheck. I put some money in there, and I just watch it grow, and I watch that interest snowball. So it's fantastic. Wall Street Trapper, man, just go to YouTube, look that guy up. He is a beast. He explains things in a way that is super simple. You know, he makes it super easy for you to understand, like you're in elementary. He'll give you the game on that. So check that guy out. Shout out Wall Street Trapper. All right. Here's another thing too about protecting your money. When you start making money and you start accumulating it, and people kind of recognize that you're doing that, uh, and they kind of see, be weary of your friends and your family and who you lend money to, right? This was one of the mistakes that Arcad made his first year. Okay, Arcad got his money and he gave it to I think it was a stone carver or somebody that didn't have anything to do with jewels and didn't know nothing about jewels. And Arcad gave this man this money, expecting to get his investment back plus some, but he gave his money to somebody who didn't know what they were doing at all. So you got to make sure you vet the people that you lend your money to. I'm not telling you don't lend money, that's on you. But I'm going to give you an example of something that I do. If anybody asks me to borrow money, I don't care who it is, I charge them interest. You'll go get that payday loan and you'll pay them a hot 100% interest. You know, they let you borrow 100, you got to pay back 200. You'll pay them. You'll give them other people your money. So if you'll do that, hey, I'm a businessman. If you want to borrow money from me, you got to pay me back interest. And we're going to write the contract out. We're going to sign it, and we're going to date it, and we're going to have a witness. And if I got to get it notarized, I'll get it notarized. Hey, I'm the bank. You coming to the bank? It is what it is, right? Don't you know when I start doing that, nobody asks me for money ever again. So that's a great way to protect your money, man. Start charging your people interest, man. You know. Now mind you, there are some people that are really good about paying back money. That's why I say, no, I'm not telling you not to do it. What I'm telling you is make sure whoever you deal with is good for paying you the money back. Okay? And get things in writing, man. Nothing wrong with that. Business is business. Don't let your friendship or your family members con you into thinking you can do stuff without contracts and anything written down. That's bogus. Business is business. Handle your business. Okay? So, short and sweet this time. Well, I guess it ain't. Looking at the time, I guess I've been talking a little too much. But man, you know what? It's been a really long day. But like I said, I'm dropping every day. So I'm dedicated to this. Hit me up if you need some help with your budget. Hit me up if you want to talk about this. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Have you ever let anybody borrow money and they ain't paid you back? You know what I'm saying? And then what are you doing to protect your money? Let me know. You know what I'm saying? Put me up on game. If you got a different way of protecting your money, let me know something. I want to know something too. I'm trying to learn too. You feel me? All right. So like, subscribe, the whole nine. Check out the other videos if you haven't checked them out before. I'll holla at y'all.